Hi peoples and welcome to the Revolution channel. My name is Carmi MUA and in today's video we are about to get ready and we actually have one team and one team only. There is Glowing Goddess from summer to summer in London. It's not really a summer, like currently it's actually raining and it looks like it's probably gonna be cloudy and rainy for the rest of the week. And if you guys actually know me, you know that's my favorite weather. I know I am the worst Italian ever because I actually enjoy winter the most. I love snow, I love cold, I love anything that is like rainy outside. I love the sound, it makes me happy. I know. But you know what? I do actually really love to have a makeup that is very glowy and it's very like goddess and it's shiny and it's like beautiful and bronzy with the rain outside. So I hope you guys are ready for this. I have a few products in front of me. Some actually are very new. I have some that are actually my staple and some others that I have not used for a while and I'm actually wondering why, because I really like them. So if you guys love to know how to transform yourself into a little goddess, please keep on watching. Alright babies, I can see you want to look like a goddess. Well, take a mirror, have a look right into it, and that's it. You are a goddess. You are absolutely beautiful no matter what people say. You are worth it. So just tell yourself into the mirror how beautiful you are, because you are, and I'm telling you right now. But if we want to play with the makeup, you are in the right spot. So we're going to start with some priming. Now, I have not used this Hyaluronic fix for quite some time. I think this actually is a new bottle. And I am super excited because if you guys know me, I do have dry skin. And around summertime, it gets duper dry. So fixing spray with hyaluronic acid really helps to hydrate, plump the skin. It's just like supple inside and it just feels very nice. It's also a little bit sticky, so that means that it's gonna really help to just attract the pigment of the makeup and last really long time. But of course, we need a primer. Like, of course, the spray was good, but the primer is really like the next step. And I'm gonna use this one over here that I've not used for a while. And this one is the Start Primer. So I'm just gonna take a little bit, like 1 and 2 pumps. And as you can see, it's blue, it's really cute. Love the smell. As I mentioned it on the video when I actually tested out the first time, it really reminds me of like this Italian candy that I really love. Oh, I absolutely like this. And again, it is a very hydrating primer. So I'm just making sure everything is lovely and everything is just down. So we can see that the skin start to have already some sort of like awakening and a little bit of glow. So for today's foundation, I'm actually going to use one that I love a lot, but I haven't used it for a while because you guys know me, I am a full coverage addict, and normally like Conceal Define is my go-to. However, the actual Revolution Pro, the drop foundation, used to be my first hardcore love. It's very customizable because you can really go from like a sheer application all the way to a medium to almost full. It's really cool because I love the fact that it's like into a dropper. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of this one here. Now the shade I've selected is F10. I think it should be like the perfect match right now. I'm on kind of like a weird stage when I've actually used a self-tanner the other day. So I think it should be fine. So I'm just doing like a little bit of drops around like so. So here we have the foundaciones, and then I'm gonna take one of my faves brush. Let me just get it. This one over here, and just go in and blend it down. And one thing you wanna make sure, you do not wanna miss your neck and your ears because you know, I'm guilty sometimes. I'll have a little bit of like a red here or something. So once I put the foundation on, it really kind of helps. Again, you don't have to directly go with the pump of foundation, but just with whatever is left on your brush is more than enough. And talking about of more than enough, I'm gonna go in with this concealer over here. Now, Conceal Define C7 is my go-to. Even on summer, to be honest with you, I am more towards getting like the 7. As you guys know, I'm always kind of like doubling up between 6 and 7. They both work beautifully, but I do like a little bit more of a natural under eye around summertime. So I'm just gonna stipple this one, and I'm using exactly the same brush. Now again, if you are somebody that really enjoys like a super brightening effect, please do it. As I always say, that is the best part of makeup, is just like, it's really customizable to personal preference. I'm hoping I can always inspire you more than actually like, I'm not a Bible. I'm not here to just tell you absolutely how to do things. I'm just, hopefully I can help you with some tips and tricks. So I'm just gonna take this and just keep on blending. So now that we have the concealer and foundation laid down, we can really see like a very, very beautiful canvas. And it's also a little bit shine, like specifically on my cheeks. I am loving the glow. So what I'm gonna do, I'm actually gonna use a little bit of powder. This is the Baking in Blot in Banana. You guys know I love this a lot, and already there is like a few dent inside because I use it on a daily. So I'm gonna take my big brush from Revolution Pro, and I normally always tend to do my chin and my upper lip, like my mustache area, because it's my problematic area when it comes to like oil. Like that's the part where I tend to sweat the most, and nobody really like a sweaty mustache. So I'm just gonna use this one here, and then what I do, I'm just gonna pinch the brush so it gets a little bit smaller, and I do the under eye very, very lightly and kind of like dab on top of them. I'm avoiding the cheek area because I really want that kind of like light glow to still show, even if we are gonna use an highlighter, but I still want the underneath to be extra popping. So I'm just taking this and do a little bit, and lastly go back with like the bigger area of the brush and do the center of my forehead. So pretty much when I put my concealer is where I like to set it, because it's normally like the T-zone, the most naughty area. Now I'm gonna go with the product that I have actually discovered very, very like a few weeks ago, and I've been using it on one of my Instagram videos because I really like this, and I don't know why. I did not expect to like love it as much. Now this one is the Heart Revolution Praline. I would definitely make sure there would be like a name somewhere down there, because my accent sometimes is it is what it is. But I really love this shade over here, like called Temper for contouring. Is really, really beautiful. It does look very, very dark, however it blends beautifully. And then we're gonna go with a little bit of Bon Bon as highlighter. So I'm gonna take my nice trusty brush, take a little bit of the product, dust off the excess, and just very quickly like bounce it on top. And I always like to bounce first because I can just deposit the product, and then I go round circular motion to make sure everything is nice and blended. And as you can see, it's really, really nice. And I just go like in and out and just like punch, 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 like kind of like blending as I go. And then if I feel like I kind of like overdid it a little bit, I'll show you a trick after I've done it all, how to kind of like turn it down. So I'm gonna go maybe a little bit heavier so I can show you what I mean with turning down without removing it. So bear with me. I'm gonna do the cheek, forehead, nose, and a little bit of the jawline over here that is in need. You know, I've been to Italy last week. I had a lot of pizza, like a lot of pizza. So much pizza, so much good pizza though. Okay, babes, I put on the contouring, and I did went a little bit heavier on my cheeks. So they're actually gonna show you how I turn it down. But first, I'm gonna put highlighter on. So as I mentioned, we're gonna go with Bon Bon. I'm gonna use my fan brush. So just taking it a little bit, smile, and just like put it on top, and just kind of like really lightly, just like blend as I go, and look how pretty. I really, really love this highlighter over here. Like I think it just shows beautifully, even on my skin tone. Like normally, like you always feel like pink is gonna be like super suitable for like very fair skin. However, look how nice it is, and it just gives that ooh, very, very pretty. I'm gonna do my nose a little bit, and again, let me add a little bit more. So I'm gonna be a little bit extra, a little bit heavier. So as you can see, it does look really nice, but it's that tad that it feels like it's great for pictures, great for camera, but maybe if you go out of the house, it's a little bit too much. I don't know. But again, remember guys, you do what makes you feel happy. I'm gonna go in back with my foundation brush, so the one that I used earlier, without adding any product. I am just gonna stipple this one on top. Look at that. The contouring is lighter, the highlighter is within, so you can see one side and the other side. One side, the other side. This is one of my favorite tips. So instead of actually removing, it's just putting on the blending on top of it. And I do this every single day because I love my good old contouring and highlight situation, but I like it to be more within. So that's definitely like one of my super tip. And look at that. Very, very gorgeous. And it kind of feels like the kind of like new glass skin that everyone is talking about. I feel like a good glass skin is more like something that is underneath. It's not like the kind of like strobing or anything that just like sits on top. It's more like, oof, look how pretty. So this is our highlighter and contouring done. I'm gonna move in with probably like the fun part. There is our eyeshadow palette. Now this one is the Larger Up Revolution, is the new reloaded one that comes with 45 eyeshadows. Is retail for £12, I believe, so definitely is amazing. And this over here specifically does have a great mix between matte and shimmers, so you can really kind of like create beautiful looks. Now I'm gonna keep things very, very simple today, nothing too major. Like I want something to just like kind of like show more towards the skin. So I'm gonna start with this shade over here, so this brown. So just taking it a little bit on a nice fluffy brush and very lightly start to define my crease. I want to make sure like my eyelid looks like glossy and just like shiny. So first of all, I want to make sure I got my crease down as matte as possible. Okay, so now that we have our definition down, we're gonna start with something that is a little bit more sparkly. So there is a shade up in here on the top that I really like. There is a very light kind of like gold champagne. So I'm gonna just take this one. Ooh, look at that. Look how pretty it is. Just like very quickly, just like pat, 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 pat. I love this. So I'm just gonna take this one pretty much all around my eyelid, except the very end, because there we're gonna put a shade that is actually darker. There is matte, there is kind of like help smoking it. So like just with me, pat the brush and just like go in. Go to town with it. Go on holiday with it. Like seriously, go. I approve a holiday right now. I want a holiday so bad. So now, Vivi, so we're gonna finish off with this shade over here on a very small detail brush. Dust off the excess so that you're gonna avoid any sort of fallout. And first of all, I'm gonna start to do my lower lash line. And I'm doing from inner corner to outer corner. And I like to just like press the product down there first. So I'm just gonna pat, pat, pat. And I make sure it goes really close to where my lashes are. So just there. And you want to make sure they match as much as possible. And then I take back the previous brush, like the first one, and I just like blend them two together. I tend to look up and I let the brush do its job because it's a very like smoky goddess kind of look. Precision, yes, it's good, but also freedom. And that's how I find that like sometimes with makeup is really let the brush and yourself express. I love a good structure look, but also I like a good smoke look. So I'm just gonna like blend this one till I cannot do anymore, like till my brush is gonna be like, Carmi, we're good. And I feel like we already have that nice definition. And I'm gonna take back exactly the first brush with the same shade. And I'm just gonna add a little bit just here on the 3/4. So they kind of like the two meet together. And as you can see, I love a good pat motion because I feel like I get the best control. Also, adding a little bit of a darker shade on the outside makes the inner corner, like makes the actual eyelid pop even more. Back with the same brush, dust off any excess that we might have from before. And you just want to blend it and blend it and blend it. That's pretty much it. Like a good old smoky eye is like 90% blending and 10% like luck. And that's pretty much it. So here we have a very beautiful, like, goddess looking eye. Very, very simple. Now, if you are extra like me, you can add maybe one more color to just like the inner corner of it, like, sorry, the center of the eyes. And we're gonna do that. I'm gonna just take a little bit of my finger and this gold shade over here. Whoa. And just like put this one just right at the center. Right, so. And just make sure it's there. Back with the blending brush and just blend it on top of it very, very lightly. So that actually doesn't have that kind of like stamp on your fingers. It's more like that is where it's positioned, but it kind of blends everywhere. So that is definitely a super, super, super quick eye look. So what I'm gonna do right now, I'm gonna take my Mascara Revolution, put on lots of mascara, some lashes, and then I'm gonna be back to start the lips. Okay, babes, so we're now left with our lips. Now, I'm gonna first of all do what I normally tend to not to do, because if you guys know me, I am more of a matte lipstick wearer. So when I normally tend to wear my matte lipstick, I do love to start with a good old Conceal lips, because I found that like that really helped me to create a better edge. It's a lot more easier to glide on, as well as I personally believe helps the longevity. However, today we're going to use one of the brand new Revolution Sheer Gloss, and this over here are beautiful, but you do want to make sure you remove all your concealer or your foundation lips. If not, it kind of like mixes together. So I'm just taking a little bit and get rid of my conceal lip. So as you can see, this is like more my actual lip color, and with a clean tissue I just make sure it's all nice and dry. So this is officially the base. So I'm gonna go in with this color over here. Now, what I do love about them is A, the smell. B is the actual applicator, but also I love the fact that they are non-sticky whatsoever. Like once they put it on, they glide very beautifully, and they're more towards like the full pigment gloss more than like very, very sheer. This specific one is called Glorified, so I'm going to show you live right now. So just taking a little bit and just go in, and look at that. Already has a lovely pigment to it, and I'm just gonna do the lip. And as I mentioned, I do love the applicator because it's flat on both sides, so you can really go into the corners and just like drag it and make sure you get nice and straight edges. Same up here. So just go in and drag and come down, and on the other side drag and come down. So here we have the lips to dunk into the actual applicator, and as you can see, there is no stickiness. There is no like sticky, gloopy, anything that, to be honest with you, it does happen with a lot of lip glosses, but this over here, I do find that they really diminish that a ton, and I absolutely love that. So here we have it, guys. This is the finished look. I am definitely a bronze goddess. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Please let me know down in the comments below if you have liked this tutorial over here. If you're gonna recreate it or get inspired by it, make sure you tag me at Carmi MUA on Instagram, as well as Makeup Revolution on their Instagram, so that we can see your beautiful creation. And always remember, like if you like, hate if you hate, and until next time, you're welcome.